Let's get honest for a second. Most of us say it without thinking. I just don't have time. Like it's this absolute truth, carved in stone, but time isn't hiding from you. It's not a thief, it's not even your enemy. It's just a system. Numbers ticking forward, light shifting across your wall. What if time isn't the problem at all? What if the real issue is that we're filling our days but not shaping them? That we're tracking minutes but missing meaning? Think about this. Two people can live the exact same number of days, but one feels stretched thin, scattered, like they've been drifting through fog. The other looks back and feels full, grounded, like their days meant something. The difference wasn't in how much time they had. It was in what they gave that time to. Here's the uncomfortable truth. We're not running out of time. We're running low on presence. You can scroll for 4 hours and not remember a second of it. You can talk to someone for 5 minutes and feel like you've touched something real. Time doesn't decide that. You do. Let's go deeper. We've built a culture obsessed with speed. We reward urgency. We glamorize hustle. If you're not exhausted, are you even trying? But being busy is not the same as being alive. Filling your calendar doesn't mean you're filling your soul. You can sprint through a year and realize you didn't actually experience any of it. You just got through it. Pause, ask yourself, when was the last time something stopped you in your tracks? Not because it was dramatic or loud, but because it was true. A quiet moment, a gesture, a sentence in a book, the look in someone's eyes when they really see you. Those are the seconds that echo. Those are the pieces that linger when the rest blurs away. And here's what's wild. Those moments often come when you slow down, not speed up. When you're not trying to produce something, but to notice something. Time bends differently when you pay attention. It stretches, it deepens, it becomes elastic. Ever been in a flow state? You know, when you're writing, painting, building, even just thinking, and hours pass like minutes? That's not magic. That's meaning in motion. Your brain is aligned. Your heart is in sync. You're not counting time anymore. You are time. And when you're out of that state, life starts to feel thin again. You start checking clocks more often. You start feeling behind, even if you're not sure behind what. Here's the trick. Meaning isn't found by accident. It's created by alignment, by syncing what you do with who you are. Not the polished version of you, not the version people clap for, the real you, the version that cares, that wonders, that's still figuring it out. But most of us are too distracted to hear that voice. We're chasing deadlines, validations, likes, notifications, and in the noise, we miss the call coming from inside the house. Try this. Next time you say, I don't have time, ask instead, what would make this time worth it? Not productive, not efficient. Worth it. Because here's the secret. Meaning gives time shape. It gives your minutes weight, like ink soaking into paper. Without meaning, your days stay dry. They stack up, but they never sink in. Let's reframe the metaphor. Everyone says time is like money, but maybe it's more like space. You can fill it with clutter, or you can carve out room to breathe. Meaning is the architecture. It's what makes a room feel like home. And sometimes that architecture is built from silence. Not everything meaningful has to be big. Some of the deepest shifts happen in the in-betweens. Sitting on your bed in the afternoon light. Hearing a song that reminds you of a version of yourself you almost forgot. Moments that don't ask to be productive. They just are. But don't get it twisted. Meaning isn't always comfortable. It's not always pretty. Sometimes it comes wrapped in discomfort, in grief, uncertainty, even boredom. That's okay. Meaning is depth, not decoration. It's the difference between living through a moment and living in it. And meaning changes. What mattered to you 2 years ago might feel hollow now. That doesn't mean you've failed. It means you've grown. Meaning isn't a trophy you win. It's a conversation you keep having. Let me ask you something personal. What do you remember from last year? Not dates, not tasks, moments. Chances are, the memories that stayed weren't the ones where everything went right. They were the ones where something clicked, or cracked, or just felt real. So maybe that's what we should be aiming for, not more time, but more truth inside our time. Let go of the myth that life is measured in years. It's measured in attention, in intention, in how fully you show up to the seconds you're given. Because when you show up fully, even a single hour can stretch wide enough to hold a whole chapter of your life. So, next time you catch yourself racing the clock, remember this. You don't need to run faster. You need to stop, look around, and ask, what makes this moment mine? Imagine time as a canvas. You can leave it blank, or you can press color into it with every breath, every laugh, every decision to stay curious. Meaning isn't the frame around your life. It's the paint on your hands. So, what are you going to create? Let's talk in the comments. I want to know. What gives time meaning for you?